Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the private server Everlasting. We are with Silver Phoenix, who is our almost level 32 martial arts super reflex scrapper. We're on the Unity Plague story arc, and we need to call Jenny Firkins, our contact, who says you did it. Normally, I'd say you should take some time out to celebrate, but Numena's warning changes everything. If the Devouring Earth really are working on a counter agent to the cure you delivered, we may have to move fast. So, she says, I spoke with Dr. Ito about Numena's warning. He agrees that the Devouring Earth could develop a counter agent quickly. If the Devouring Earth could develop a counter agent quickly, they might be able to prevent the cure from you distributed from taking effect. The Unity Plague may still be upon us. In order to distribute the counter agent quickly enough, the Devouring Earth would have to introduce it to the water supply near the purification system. Will you go to the sewers and destroy the Devouring Earth's counter agent? Yes, I will go to the sewers. And so we're going to put on our sewer costume, and we are going to head to the train station, which is right here. And from here, we are going to go to King's Row, which is what it's asking us to do. And we will go to the sewers and save the public. I believe this is the final mission. But we'll see. So destroy the counter agent. We might have one more after this to like defeat whoever the leader of the Devouring Earth at this point is, whoever their local leader is or something, but not really sure. Gosh, I love just being able to jump so easily to the different rooftops with this super jump power. Oh, back in the sewers. I think we've even actually come in through this entrance before. And we've got our sewer uniform on. It's all leather and covers up our mouths so that we can avoid. So we have 8 barrels to destroy. So we can avoid getting sewage on ourselves or breathing in the stench. So let's see. There's a herder there and a geode. Alright. And another geode. Take the geodes out first since they're pretty weak. Now the problem with the herder is, yep, he puts in a tree of life. We gotta kick that thing's butt. Okay, and now herder time. Let's see if we can stun. Yeah, that's some turnabout being fair play. You guys have all this mez. I can mez you back. There we go. Look at that. One hit did 220 damage. Brutal. But there's one of the barrels right there. Come on. Got him. Jeez. 220 damage, and I have right now 946, so that does like a quarter. Oh, now we're gonna have to beat this thing up. I really, really don't like this aspect of these missions. It's just ridiculous that I would have to pound on a barrel this much to get it to blow, and then it's going to blow up and it's going to hit me and knock me back and do damage to me. Like, why doesn't it just click on the glowy? And I missed a barrel. I mean, that's just silly. Yep, and it does massive damage to you when it blows up, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's really annoying. Alright, and then we're going to do 7 more of these. So this is going to be a very long mission. Probably going to be the only one I'm going to do tonight, but we will definitely level during this mission because we're very, very close. We had, what, 11,000 XP to go, now we have 7,000, so that first battle gave us 4,000 XP. But it keeps giving us red cons and red lieutenants and stuff. I mean, look at that, there's 3,000 from 1 lieutenant. 3 more of them, 2 more of them, and we'll be almost done. Okay, and there's another red lieutenant. This is a sentry. We haven't seen one of these before, I think. These guys aren't quite as bad as the herders, but they're pretty bad. And there's another geode in there. And they're really hard to hit because of their rock defense. We got him. See, it's not worth as much XP as the herder because they don't do as much. They can't throw out a tree of life. And so they're not quite as difficult. Alright. Gotta look for barrels, so we have to go everywhere here. Alright, let's try the side here. Oh no, this is just dead end. Let's go ahead and draw it in so that I know we don't need to come back here. Okay. So now we just have one place to go, it looks like, which is straight down. By the way, guys, I don't know if you can hear the tapping. There's a boss over there, the Devoured. But I'm always, as I'm running around, I always tap the tab key to make sure that I know if something's coming up ahead. So it's just good practice to keep hitting tab. So there's another spores. That's a hold. And this guy's a lieutenant. My guess is we will level when we defeat that boss, the Devoured. Yeah, I probably should have taken these two guys out before the lieutenant. There's another barrel. And there's the level up. Very nice. Okay, so let's go straight over for the Devoured. And take him out while we have our buff. He can't do anything to us with the defense. Our defense is 65% right now. So he's not going to hit us. We basically got him floored. So we may as well use the buff while we have it. We're level 32 now, which means after this mission we can go get Eagle's Claw, which is the most powerful attack in martial arts. Geochard. And there he goes. So that's pretty nice that, you know, we can use the buffs to do massive damage and to avoid taking damage. So we may as well use them while we've got them. By the way, getting all these buffs when you level, that's also not something that was around at launch. You leveled, you got your health and your endurance to go back up. But it didn't give you these buffs. That's something relatively new. Just sorting these out because I tend to click the top ones first. Now, if you're using the function keys and letting things drop in, you would want to put the smaller ones on the bottom and the bigger. Well, I mean, depending on what you want to do. If your intent is to use the smaller ones first, then you'd put the smaller ones on the bottom. Medium ones would drop in, and then the bigger ones would drop in. Now, if you want to use the bigger ones first, then obviously put the bigger ones on the bottom like I have it. Okay, so that's one more barrel. There's nothing over here, it looks like. Let's go up. Again, I'm just hitting tab, 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 constantly hitting tab. There's another boss. Alright, now here we're going to go after the lower level guys first. Don't really need all those accuracies, so pound. Alright, and now Devoured. He's even level to us, which is why he's now orange instead of red. Yeah, they just simply are so resistant to knockdown. Oh, did I move these? Got him. That's a dead end there. That's a dead end there. Alright, so we have to go further. What do we got for enhancements? Nothing. Death spores. Okay, and then take this guy out. Alright. Some salvage. Yeah, so this has been a pretty cool storyline. I like this idea that, like, the Devouring Earth are trying to turn people into them. That's pretty cool and creepy. You gotta wonder how many of these guys are former humans. I just don't know what the answer to that is. Knock him over. And now we're gonna get this guy. I always feel weird with the character wearing this costume because it actually looks a lot like the costume of a stalker I had in Live. It was a villain. But, you know, I created it because I don't want her to be walking through the sewage in, like, her bare feet and stuff. Okay, I'm kicking more barrels. 6 to go, 5 after this. It's weird that it has this grinding sound instead of, I don't know if you can hear it, instead of the, so let's go ahead and min-max this a little bit. Holy shotgun shells. Let's go ahead and put this here and shoot it so that I don't have to take the damage. Are you kidding me? There it is. This way I don't have to sit there and take the damage from being too close to it. Because I can only do melee damage at this point. There's another one. Alright. Oh, this guy with the stupid fungus. There we go. Alright. You can knock them over. They're pretty vulnerable to that, at least. Alright. Now, of course, we do have the problem when we get Eagle's Claw, which is an attack, that we really don't have enough slots to finish slotting it right away. Now, we could single-mindedly slot it at 33 and 34 and get it finished, but realistically, I would like to try and finish some of the rest of these powers, like Storm Kick and Thunder Kick, so we got some 6-slotted powers in there. So we're going to get Eagle's Claw. It'll have a single slot. We also want to slot Dragon's Tail for some damage. Dragon's Tail still costs a lot of endurance. I might want to put a second endurance reducer on it. I'm just not really sure. But you can't slot all the attacks, and this is one of the reasons why I said I didn't want to get, aside from not liking the animation, one of the reasons I didn't want to get Crippling Axe Kick, because if we had just gotten that at 30 and then Eagle's Claw at 32, how are we going to slot them? We just don't have enough slots. So yeah, it's difficult until you get to like nearly level 40 because you just don't have enough slots. Is this thing kidding me? How the heck many hit points does this stupid thing have? 65, so it's going to take more than this. Look at that. Wow. I have 1,500 hit points. That thing has more hit points. It's a barrel. It has more hit points than I do. That's just silly. I just consider that to be silly, that the barrel is that strong. I know it has Unity Plague in it, but come on. That's just silly. And my guess is they made those objects assuming you're going to be in like a group of 4, 5, 6, and so that they figured after the battle's over, everybody would just start pounding on the barrel and it'd be destroyed very quickly. But, you know, of course, when you're solo, you don't have that, and it's almost like they forgot that they needed to rescale the objects for solo play. They rescaled everything else, but not the objects. I'm not going to bother with Dragon's Tail on this because he's immune to the knockdown and it doesn't do enough damage. I do like beating on these guys. Thanks to Practice Brawler. Ow, wow, did you see that I actually stunned him? That's the combination of Dragon's Tail and Cobra Strike. And the fact that that Cobra Strike just lasts long enough to overlap. So that's not bad. We took that boss out basically with no inspirations. Now remember, and he was a red boss, so he's a +1 boss. Remember what I said at the beginning, like early on, what Jack Emmert, i.e. Statesman, told players who were complaining in the lower levels, you know, like a level 11, they go into the Marisnap mission, and they can't do it. What the heck? Are we missing something? How can there be 4 more barrels? There's clearly more to this down there. Okay. So he said to them, you can beat a boss by yourself, because they're like, why are you putting bosses in solo missions? You can beat a boss by yourself, but they're really intended to fight groups. If you're going to solo one, you need a full tray of, and his words are the correct inspirations, right? Not just any old inspirations, but really the right ones. And so, shoot, I didn't mean to hit that. Oh well, worked well enough. A full tray of the right inspirations is what you need to fight a boss. And if you don't have a full tray, or if you have a full tray and they're the wrong inspirations, like a whole bunch of accuracies and no health or luck or whatever you need, then you shouldn't expect to beat a boss. But notice, I can beat a boss now with this character. I don't generally need a whole tray of inspirations. I might need 1 or 2. You know, often I'll pop a luck just for good measure. But I really don't need, I mean, I've fought a couple of Devoureds now. Have I needed inspirations? No. You really don't at this level. If your character's built right and you know what you're doing, you really don't need them anymore. Right? Because now you've got your enhancements, you've got the right powers, you know what to do, your character is competent and capable enough that it can handle anything that's reasonable. Now, if you're looking at a +4 boss, then yes, you're going to need inspirations. Right? Because you're not, the game really was never meant for you to do that. Right? They expected you to be fighting roughly on level ±1 or 2. They never really expected people to be fighting +4s. Alright. Pounding time. Oh, I gotta get rid of that Tree of Life. It's gonna heal these guys. Let's go over here and get it. As you notice, I'm pretty single-minded when I decide to do something. I just let them follow me and like I don't give a damn. So the reason is that I know that I can stand up to whatever they're doing to me, and I'm better off just doing whatever it is that I wanted to do than worrying about what they're up to, you know, because my defenses will hold up. At least enough. Okay, there's another of these stupid barrels. We now have to kick it incessantly. And the other thing I would say is, I find this, like, beating up on objects to be really annoying, and probably one of the most annoying aspects of the entire game. But the other thing I would say is, alright, even if I have to do it, make it 3 or 4. Why does it have to be 8? And I gotta do this annoying thing 8 times. Rest of the mission, I'm enjoying. I like fighting the Devouring Earth. I think they're interesting. They're fairly tough. Because of the smashing resistance, they do present a pretty good challenge. I can't just blow through the whole thing without even thinking about it. I need to be a little bit careful. I need to, you know, think about what I'm doing and stuff like that. So I like that. You have to deal with the buffing, and so there's some strategy to it. I enjoy fighting Devouring Earth. I like the story arc. I just don't like having to beat up objects. It's just one of my least favorite things in the game. Because I feel like the objects are just unrealistically powerful. They just, like, it takes too much. And you can miss them. You shouldn't be able to miss an object. It's not even moving. It should be an automatic hit. Never mind, you know, the fact that you only have a 95% chance. No, you should be automatically 100% for objects. They should be no miss, and they should take 2 or 3 hits and be done. It shouldn't be the case that an object can take more damage than a friggin' devoured. That's just ridiculous. It's an object. Objects should not be more powerful than supervillains. See, I missed it. Come on. Alright, now let's see if we can shoot it. Got it. Alright. Okay. So the fungoid, let's see if I can possibly stun him before he drops that thing. Nope. Yep, it's just certain things you just cannot... I guess I should have used stealth, I don't know. Certain things you just cannot stop them from doing. Let's take this guy out first. Okay, and then this guy. And... done. Alright. There's a barrel there, but who else is around? Nobody? Alright. So now we pound again. See, again, I missed an object. It's just, look how big this barrel is. How could you miss punching it? It literally is like missing the side of a barn. So here we have my character who's a precision martial artist. And she can't hit a barrel that's not moving. Oh, and it takes her more hits to take out the barrel than it takes to take out a boss. Yeah, right, I'll stop harping on it. I just think the whole thing is just ridiculous. Okay, we have one more barrel. It should be over here with the bad guys. We got a fungoid, a razor vine. Alright, let's go after the fungoid and see if maybe I can stun him. Nope. He got it. He got the fungi. 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 Whatever. In science we say fungi. But a lot of people say fungi or fungi. And now we're going to take this guy out. I'm surprised we didn't have to fight an elite boss. got the last guy. Now we have to destroy the last counter agent. Just beat on it. Yep, and that's the end of the story arc. So we got 43 reward merits. Now, is that enough? 600. We need to probably do 2 more story arcs before we have enough to get our scrapper class, scrapper archetype enhancements that are reward merit enhancements. So those are the ones that are archetype based rather than just being damage based or whatever. Why does her hair look purple? It should be black, like the rest of her costume. I don't know. I may have to fix that. Alright, so we're going to contact Jenny Firkins, and we got an enhancement, and she says, the threat of the Unity Plague is over. You did it, Silver Phoenix. The whole city owes you. With the cure in place, we should be able to reduce the threat of any similar viruses in the future. The city government is also working with FEMA to stockpile stores of the cure in case devouring Earth try this trick in another city. Dr. Ito tells me that the information you helped him gather taught him a lot about the process that turns humans into devouring Earth monsters. Someday, he hopes to be able to reverse it. So we're done with Jenny Firkins now. We've done her story arc. And so we can clear that. We do have Philippa Mero. And she has corporate culture. A bunch of freak show are running riot in a Cray-owned accounting office. I guess the Cray's own security forces must be spread pretty thin because they haven't been able to respond. Those freaks will rip the place apart. Do you think you can stop it? Yeah, we'll do that. Now that's here in King's Row, but first, I'm not going to do that this episode because before that, I want to go to Blue Steel and level up, and we're going to get Eagle's Claw. So this is interesting. I believe Blue Steel trained me in Crane Kick, which is my favorite attack in martial arts, and now he's going to train me in Eagle's Claw, which is my second favorite attack. But you're not going to see Eagle's Claw in action until the next episode. I'm also going to need to enhance it with an accuracy enhancer. Alright, so tramp to a new level of power, tramp to the next level. Now we get Eagle's Claw. So let's see, if we show details, Crippling Axe Kick does 101 base damage. Cobra Strike does 94, right? So it's not that much better than... Oh wait, Crane Kick. Crane Kick does 94. Cobra Strike does 94. So I don't know why Crane Kick is listed as damage high and this is damage superior, I guess because of the 101. Eagle's Claw does 125. Now it uses 11 endurance, and the recharge time is 12 seconds, right? This thing uses 11 endurance with an 11-second recharge. So if you look at the numbers, right? Eagle's Claw, if you divide 125 by 11, does whatever that is, damage per endurance, right? This is 101 divided by 11. So it does less, right? So it does something like 2 or 3 damage per endurance less. And so, alright, we're going to get Eagle's Claw. And that is our new attack. And I'm going to move. So now I'm going to move things over. Eagle's Claw is going to go here. This. I think we're going to have to move Focus Chi over. I'm going to move that over. Oh, maybe not. Alright, so that's just our AoE. So we'll leave it like that. So the idea is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 for most of our attacks. This will be used for stunning, and this will be used for AoE. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get an enhancer for this power for accuracy, and see who sent me this tell, and I'll be back in a little bit with the next episode.